Welcome, friends. Hi. Welcome to the New Year's channeling event. Thank you so much for joining, whether you're here now live or joining in the future now. It's a very vulnerable thing to do this. I just want you to know it's at the edge of my comfort zone to do a channeling, but it was the only thing to do. I had to do it. It was one of those things that I felt my guides just kind of carrying me to into and then landing me here to do over the last 24 hours. So thank you for saying yes. I'm going to be going into a meditative trance here in just a couple of minutes. Just I want to explain a little bit about what this is as far as I understand it. So the channeling started coming in the form of channeling in 2017, in the winter of 2017, 2018, after I was doing a lot of ceremony to connect with my spiritual partner who had transitioned to the other side. And much of the things that I had learned from being with him were, I was then being given a chance to apply a lot of those things that I had been learning from him. And I got the guidance to start to offer out to the community some channeling sessions. And people really liked them. They were really helpful. I then kind of sat back from that and felt guided to continue to work on the energy healing, training people in how to work with their energy and how to work with their energy field as the focus of my work, because that's what I'm writing my book on. But recently it became clear that it's time to start offering more of this kind of work, at least for now and possibly for this whole year. And I feel like anyone can channel. What am I channeling? Who am I channeling? I am channeling my higher self. So just to answer that question, like, what do you channel? I'm channeling my higher self, and I'm connecting with the higher self of everyone in this group as I've just been sitting and setting that container in my conscious awareness for. And I'm always, when I'm channeling, I work directly with my own higher self, because my own higher self is, and your higher self is your soul's identity throughout all your lifetimes. And in my kind of, in my knowing, when we work with our own unique higher selves, in a way, it spiritually protects us from other energies that want to come in, and spirits, and kind of have their way. So when I channel, the first thing I do is I connect with my higher self. I prepare myself, I prepare my energy field, which is what I've just been doing. And then, of course, always connect with my heart, and then work with the higher self, my own higher self, and connecting with the awareness of the higher self of the group or the individual that I'm working with, as well as the collective higher self, which I think is what's going to happen today of humanity. Calling upon the divine, sacred energy that is infinite love, consciousness throughout time and space, creating a field of pure intention related to serving this sacred community and ultimately humanity, with messages from the higher self, higher selves of all beings, here, past, present, and future, in alignment with unconditional love. And in the frequency of spiritual awakening and the highest good of all. As to be a vessel for this pure transmission at this time. Okay. To begin, welcome. This is the right place to be, for you to be now, as now always is the place and the divine right place to be. Humanity at this time is, as always, creating quite a symphony of energies and qualities that represent profound spectrum of life. Many, many have forgotten, and those called to relate with spirit, aka you that is hearing this now, does know the majesty that exists in the heart, soul's essence of all beings throughout time and space. So there's nowhere else you need to be besides here in your body at this time. Speaking of the body, this body is the temple, aka your temple, aka your home, to honor and cherish and sweep and care for, and pray with and dream with and sing with and dance with and be with and awaken, as is the soul yours. Yet the soul is not even quite you, because in essence, the depth of you is beyond that which is different. I have to close this window. Okay. Okay. Y'all can hear me, right? Okay. Okay. Staying in awareness of this knowledge, wisdom, energies, entities, guides, guardians, seers that exist around the energy field of humanity, earth, life, actually life, because it is life. Spirits are life and light, and you too are a spirit. This awareness is not what is now being called foo-foo or woo-woo. It is in fact you. And the you has been dismissed, dismantled, dismembered, disconnected. And the babies, the spirits that you call babies, baby spirits, as this Narayani likes to call baby spirits, these spirits know quickly. The next generations that come in, each are taking profound leaps, as you might say, the new ones, aka old ones, entering in at this time and in future now, to our beholding the wisdom that exists throughout time and space, and to remind us of that faith, that leap of faith. In fact, huge leaps of faith are being embodied as new generations come at this time. You can think of it like a ruler. Maybe your grandparents were this small of a measurement, and then your measurement of evolutionary consciousness was a little wider, and the children now is the whole stick. And it is in the acknowledgement of the sanctity of the evolution that will support the letting go of those things that feel out of date, out of time, out of harmony, out of congruency, out of frequency with what your heart soul is longing for, and in timelessness recognizes and knows. So in this, there is absolutely nothing else to know other than acknowledging what you know. You see? It seems to be a moment where this can be a question. Julia, if you are unmuted, you could speak if there's any questions that pop up. Okay, I'm gonna go back in. If I stay off too long, then I'm off too long. So I'm gonna come back. Okay.
No question.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I heard that. Okay. I'm just going to ask you to mute yourself if you're not talking, Julia. Thank you. Great. And if anyone has questions, you can post it and Julia will see it. Okay. Whew. Okay, next piece. There are angels that live in the realms that you've seen and some have not seen. In the old days of religion, there were experiences that were had that were marked in time that defined and created cults, religions, traditions that are now categories into specific faiths. All of these faiths are sacred. All of these paths are divine and equally can bring you to the essence of the spirit soul that connects you with that which is true throughout time and space, including the next generation, including healing the relationships that are painful emotionally and clearing up the karma. All of these paths are right. It is only in the illusion that it is better that creates suffering and false perception. So to align with your divine guidance at all times, be in right perception through acknowledging the truth that is universal, rooted in light and love. Again, this is a pure teaching. And over time, the judgments and layers that have been posted and painted around these ways have clouded the vision, and it is in your soul essence right now, not tomorrow, yesterday, any other time. It is truly right now where you have the ability to access that pure knowing, wisdom, and knowledge right now, because it is in the essence of life itself. And as Narayani talks about, there is life that is light, and there is decay that goes towards dark. And this way of moving in the spiral towards life is the way that we create miracles through humanity. We, angels, guides, guardians, in alignment with the frequency of the highest self, to answer that question. And towards life, light in the body is how we heal. This time of the evolution integration of technologies, some of which are carried through past life intergalactic timelines, some are being credited for being created through human that exists with a personal identity in this timeline as you know it, does not matter for the sake of the greatest good and the highest, deepest wisdom that creates nourishing, healing, profound awakening in the body of humanity is the same as the body of Christ, is that which is of value. Does this make sense? Are there any questions?
Not yet. Taking it.
Okay. And there's a relationship that happens here with this person, you know, as Narayani, which these giggles and personality interact, and she finds it very amusing. So that's some of that personality is integrated, and that is okay, as is the way that you show up with your spiritual work. Integrating your personality and personal identity is good, is okay. It is only in the lie of the separation between personal, human, and spirit that has you thinking that possibly you have to be a channel and leave all of yourself out. This is why in this person, in Narayani's preparation for today, she thought, oh, maybe I shouldn't wear any makeup and just be plain. And we guided her to feel beautiful and feel good. So she looks in the mirror and experiences joy and fulfillment in that reflection, as is we are all each other's reflection. And so bringing the parts of yourself that uplift your personality will help to raise your frequency, as does joy, laughter, passion. All these things bring health, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical health can all be awakened for those who recognize at the seed essence core of who we are, because it is from this place of deep truth that all ideas thus spring forth as the seasons of life and humanity change, including this season coming into the coming year. Clearing there. Oof. Okay, any questions? Any specific questions or any questions that came that I didn't?
What is the energy of 2022? Maria's curious to embark in her business.
Again, you will get much more specific in a private channeling on your business in those little details. But let's hear that question in relationship to business. Julia, will you ask it again, please, with in relationship to business for everyone in this group? Just rephrase it for me, please. Okay.
What is the energy of 2022? And do we embark on our business, our livelihood?
How does the energy of 2022 relate to embarking on our business? Is that the question? Maybe Maria.
Yes, they're two sets.
Oh, okay.
So I think
let's go with the first. Let's go with the first one, and then we'll do the second one. Okay, thank you. Or maybe it'll all come. Yes, so there are many energies. There are as many energies in the universe in 2022 as there are energies in the universe in 2022. And at this time, as you all know, in humanity, there is both awakening and a purification. So just to touch on the lightness of which everything's going to be okay. And as we often go channel through Narayani over time, as she knows, is that there is nothing wrong with you. And so first, let us say there is nothing wrong. Nothing is wrong. There's nothing wrong. That must be repeated 3 times because the power of 3 is the power that be. And the energy of there is nothing wrong enables a template of love, again, being in that frequency where all wisdom from does stem. The earth does not say there is something wrong with the cow dung. The earth does not say there is something wrong with the damp, dark cold of winter. The earth does not say there is something wrong with death, decay. In fact, this is the fuel of the soil that provides the fuel, the foil, the soil that the fuel, the soil that provides life, that creates the template for life. Okay, what is the energy of 2022? Yes, remember for one, for two, remember what you know to access that which is being revealed as things move and flow very quickly. There are many astrology readings and things of this kind you can review. This message today is working with the collective high selves, also in frequency harmony with all those astrology readings. Because we are all connected with that which exists throughout time and space. Now, love, love, love this year. Love is always the answer. And the decisions to be made in the micro business life, things that emerge are always safe when rooted in love. Okay, so I'm kind of like coming out of the channel and I'm trying to find it, but I'm just gonna take a second here. Let's hear, what's that next question? Because sometimes when I come out, there's like a question and I have to kind of just take a break for a second. Go ahead, Julia.
The last question was from Maria, curious about embarking on business in her business. So as a collective, I think many of us are curious about stepping into our own businesses and livelihood.
Yeah, right. And what is the concern in the business? Maybe there can be some more specific questions around, like, is it money? Is it partner? Is it issues with other people? Give me something to ask them, because they want more specific questions, and I'm coming up with questions for myself, but I want to hear them from y'all, if that makes sense. Julia, you can do it too.
For me,
Yeah.
For me, embarking on business, I'm sensing, is this the time to step deep, lean deep into that courage zone, to just shed the fear of doing it in uncertain times? Is this the time to move forward?
Thank you. Yeah. So there are seasons individually and there are seasons collectively. So let's look at the seasons of humanity and where we are at this time. As you know, many are falling away and leaving bodies and leaving life. Yes. And traveling interdimensionally, meaning dying. Many are leaving this physical realm. Many, many, many. Yes. Many are leaving. Many are going to explore other realms through soul choices that are being made. And those of us staying here, in form, in humanity, are here to experience this life. Yes, to experience life and be sometimes leaders and sometimes channels, and sometimes that is in the form of mothers and fathers and friends and families, and sometimes as business leaders, public figures, non-public figures, meaning private people. So each of us has an opportunity to follow these paths of the rhythms of our lives. And there are these energies and elements that will guide. Humanity now is taking a huge leap as the next generation that is emerging and being born is pulling us into the future collectively, so that we can take huge evolutionary leap. And these huge evolutionary leaps will support the evolution also of those who are here. So is your business, the way you are publicly sharing what you are called to share, Is that supporting the huge evolutionary leap that is coming? Or are the micro choices in your business supporting that which you were trying, oh, it's exhausting, trying to do that was that is keeping you in the past? Yes. So business, think and see and perceive and open to the frequencies that are in alignment with the huge leap of the evolutionary process of humanity, knowing many will leave, many will stay, many will fight the changes, and will gently go into the night on their own as they evolve in the soul journey towards old human age and ultimately incarnation experiences. And those staying, wishing to ground light, aka you, if you are here, thank you, have opportunities to really know what you know and act from what you know. And this does ask of you to slow down, to hear, see, and feel. So the invitation for the messages for 2020, remember, slow down, listen to that which is the evolutionary, as some call, impulse that is guiding beyond old paradigm, so-called, that exists in the timeline of slow growth. Be brave, yes. Be courageous, yes. Be willing, yes. Be open, yes. Love, love, love. Yes, this wisdom is quite old, and the specificity in this time is to continue with diligence of the warriors of love, as Narayani likes to say, that will enable you to listen, and sometimes in that slowing, remembering, loving awareness of the evolution of consciousness that is natural, not special, not only for this group, not only for that group, not only for spiritual people, not only for those that which are paying attention and doing and voting and blah, 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 and this shot and not that shot and whatever. It is for everybody. Everyone is evolving. Will you resist the evolution, or will you kick and scream? And in fact, how that looks for each and every person absolutely is unique, including you. So get yourself all of the ways that you get yourself into listening, receiving, opening, connecting, resonance with love frequencies that will support you to rebirth this world, including your own life, even if nobody sees that on the outside, knowing that on the inside and in the essence of your being, you are creating miracles even as quickly. In one breath thought, miracles can be created. Yes? Any questions? Mm-hmm.
I feel like that really covered collectively any thoughts that we've had on our businesses. Beautifully done. Thank you.
The time check? Time? How much more time?
10:10.
Okay. I'm going to just tune in for a moment and just ask if there's anything else. Oh, okay, good. We're good. We're good. We have time.
And Lindsay just asked, how do we get more joy in the process of this huge change?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. This thing happens when I channel, where sometimes the guides will be like, Narayani knows, you just tell them. So they want me to tell you this. So joy, meaning me as the fully embodied Okay. We could talk about who's who after a little more. Joy is a natural state. So joy is a state where when we're healthy, we're joyful. Like think of babies, like babies are just, they're joyful, right? They're loving, they're light when they're healthy, unless they're in pain. So making sure you learn how, which Lindsay, you're on the path to do. But supporting others, for those of you that are in leadership, to to clear out the negative emotional patterns or the things that cause pain, are the ways that we naturally awaken our natural state of joy. Let me see if there's other messages around joy that want to be brought in. So they're singing this like old song, like joy and pain, sunshine and rain, and and this message has to do with so now they want me to like talk as me and give you messages, so I'm just going with this. Like there's this communion thing that happens. So life is okay, you want, okay, so they're like, we'll talk through you if you want. Okay, fine. Okay, so life is filled with it's filled with all these things. Like life is filled with joy, pain, sunshine, and rain. It's filled with sadness and grief and joy and difficulty and suffering. And this is part of being human. And it's all important. It's all valid. It's all beautiful. To see somebody crying when they've lost, their pet, and just to be able to awaken compassion and love them, is a way that we can value a suffering even. So they want you to know that there's a place for us to be in the full spectrum of our humanity, and that we actually awaken joy that is sustained joy through going through all of those parts of being human, meaning don't suppress that which is not joy. Let all that flow. I'm going to ask about this year particularly, and letting our emotions flow. And so they're telling me, yes, as many of us know, set up containers for healthy emotional movement, for healthy emotional healing. The other saying about hiring mentors and getting sessions, they're saying be reasonable. Don't be unreasonable in ways that in the past, a lot of people, even, for myself, there's been these huge risks that feel like so scary to make. Learn to stabilize your nervous system and make decisions from a place that feels reasonable, is the word that they're saying, to create nurturing and emotionally safe environments. Because right now there's so many people that are in so much trauma response that it's a pandemic of trauma response. And so through working with this way of being embodied and embodying light and connecting your nervous system to emotional health and well-being is actually really valuable to enhance the quality of your life and our lives at this time. The guides tell me, like, Narayani knows about emotional stuff. We can give you spiritual stuff, as do many, many of you.
What are some changes as a collective that will give us a big impulse forward?
What are some changes? What are some changes as a collective that will give us a big impulse forward? These changes have our will be spoken today. The question refers to changes that are outside changes. The answer lives on the inside changes. the question implies there's outside changes that will give impulse as more and more people learn to listen beyond reason in accordance with emotional safety. There will be changes. Listen to. Oof. These impulses are always everywhere. The impulses come from a walk in the rain, compassion awakened in comforting those who leave. This is a big inner energy that awakens change that is now happening, has been, will continue. The grief and regret will awaken the desire to do better. Healthy, vital, vivacious lifestyles can awaken and be realized, actualized. Mm-hmm. And as named by Julia, this courage will be, courage will bring changes. Mm-hmm. So at this time, unless there's any questions, we're going to go into a meditation, and then we'll have, we'll do a 5-minute meditation. We'll do a 5-minute chat and see if there's anything that comes out. Okay. Okay. So please take a nice couple of deep breaths. Okay, there's a little toning that wants to come. If you are feeling emotionally safe to do so, feel free to join in a tone. Inhale or just receive. Breathe into the belly and the womb or perineum. And if there is no womb, the lower dantian. Sit up tall and come into the center, your center, and breathe deeply and fully in through the nose. And exhale, first breath out through the mouth. Completing the exhale. This time, inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Exhaling completely. And then inhaling fully. Imagine the light of the sun entering in through your crown, filling your brain, body, face, full downward energy starting to lighten up your whole inner body with light. Sit in the silence with awareness of the pouring of sunlight through your crown chakra. And imagine the light is going into those crevices in the body where there may be darkness, stagnation, or discomfort. Continue to breathe awareness, nose breathing in and out. Let the breath get a little more quiet and bring the hand to the heart. Make sure to let that sunlight fill the heart and anywhere in the body that needs and wants. Relax the face. Connect to the feeling of unconditional love. And breathe. From here, imagine this new time, this new cycle, while staying grounded in this light. And you will continue to hold this light and this love and return to it again and again. In the face of the challenges humanity is playing out in its karmic cycle at this time. Know that you always have choice to return to peace and love within, with whatever is happening. This will nurture your path. And everyone around you, and those even unseen and unknown throughout your ancestral line, as well as your life as is now. Sitting for a moment in this silence. Knowing that those who are ready to awaken to love and peace will join you on this journey and make a commitment that feels in alignment with your heart to continue to be that beacon that is brightening your own unique purpose, known and unknown, as it is revealed to you in this year. And know that it will be revealed to you. And softly opening the eyes, bring your hands up above the head and bring them down in front of the heart, coming into gratitude for life, for your life, for the medicine that you have, that you carry, for all that which supports life and healing, awakening, and love at this time. I'm sitting for a moment in that gratitude. Thank you. And then coming out of the meditation, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year. Oh, it's such a special time. You know, if you stay, really clear with your, with your own, stay in the love, man. It's just about staying in the love and keeping things really simple, making healthy choices, and making sure that you have support. Okay, that you're surrounding yourself with people that get you, that are on the same mission, and that will help you to feel seen and understood and connected. We do have one slot available for private coaching pods that's beginning on the 7th. So if you're interested in the coaching pods, I train people in the awakening map method, where we go through the energy bodies and you learn how to work with your energy body. So if anybody's interested in that, definitely let me know, because there's just one slot available for that starting on the 7th. And that's a 6-month journey. Okay, that's it. That's my messages. Thank you, everybody. Big love. Mwah. Happy New Year. See you on the other side.